Hey YouTube, it's Miss TL coming at you. Wanted to do a quick little video. The lighting sucks in the car today. It's so gloomy outside. It's always like this on Memorial Day weekend for whatever reason. But out here still working, still trying to, let me see if that makes it better. No, don't really make it better. Maybe if I hold it up like this. Anyway, I wanted to come to you guys about not being able to let go on past relationships. I have this guy, man, I mean, he is my, what do you call that? You know, my kryptonite is what I should say. There you go, that's better. He's my kryptonite. He pretty much makes me, like, we haven't been together in, like, man, 7 months. We have officially called it off, and in the back of my mind, I'm still feeling like, okay, I want to, I'm hoping that we will be able to get back together. But then I keep thinking about all of the reasons why we're not together, and it was me who broke it off. Even though, you know, men have a habit of stringing you along. They know that they've already pretty much moved on, but they won't do it. They won't break off with you. They'll cheat on you instead, things like that. But I have a hard problem because I keep on remembering when things were so good for us, and I've been wanting to get that feeling back, and I know that I could get it back with someone else if I give myself an opportunity. But man, it has been so hard for me to get him 100% out of my system. I know part of the thing that I need to do is stop talking to him so much. You know, he still calls like once a week. We still, you know, we communicate. We just had lunch maybe 2 weeks ago. I know he's seeing other people, whatever, and there's really nothing that I can do about that. I'm trying to see other people, but you know, for women, it's just a little bit different. Like you want to move on with your life, but it'd be so hard because your heart is with someone else. And I've gone out with a couple of guys, you know, nice guys or whatever, but I don't know if I'm really giving them a fair shot. And I think that I'm shortchanging myself, because if he was all that, then we would still be together. Or shoot, truth be told, if he thought I was all that, we still be together. But I don't know how to let 100% go. I mean, in my head, in my mind, I know that it's the best thing that we're not together, you know, because he just won't give me what I need. And I'm sure he feels the same way. You know, I can only tell you from my side and my point of the situation. It's just like, I no longer felt complete with him. It was like I always felt insecure and wanted to argue all the time. And I don't want to be that chick, you know. And I only want to argue because I didn't trust him. I stopped trusting him. And it's just little stuff that he would do. He's very quiet. I don't think that he felt I was the one, because a lot of things that I share with him, he didn't share with me, like those type of intimate things with me. Not in the end. In the beginning, I think he was more open. I would say the first year and a half of the relationship, I mean, I was so in love. It just felt so good. And I don't fall in love that easy. It's just, for me, I'm very skeptical of most men. But what I've noticed about myself is that when I fall, man, I fall hard, and it's so hard for me to, when it's over with, to be done. Now, let's not get it twisted. I'm not a stalker or anything like that. Like, I'm not calling him and blowing his phone up and why you don't want me. I'm not doing any of that. But what I am doing is harboring those feelings in my heart. That's the issue that I'm having. It's just that I'm harboring feelings thinking I could somehow will the situation back together so that it could be right. When we're together, it's no longer the fire, but in my head, I'm still like, what man? I don't know. Why do I want this man? I just, I know that he is like no good for me. I know this, but I still love him. And somebody says when you really love somebody, like for real, it's hard. You're not gonna be able to be done with them like that. You're just not gonna be able to. And so I guess that's my situation. Is in my head, it's like I know that I should, but my heart is like, man, this man is for you. But reality is he's not, especially when I think that he has moved on, even though he tells me that he hasn't, that he's just dating, But I know for men, it's so much easier to move on. I'm just moving this camera all around, huh? But I'm up at an appointment waiting on a client. But anyway, I know for men, it's easier to move on. I know that for men, it don't take much for them to find someone else and, go their thing, go their own way. My dad told me that with men, it's like that because they hurt too. And their philosophy is, you miss the bus, so catch the next one. And with us, we kind of tend to want to make sure that the bus ain't coming back for us. And so we don't necessarily move on right away. But I think 7 months is long enough. And I've been working on myself. That's one thing I have been doing. I've been doing the weight loss thing. I just been, hanging out with my girls more. Trying to do, take care of loose ends that when you're in a relationship that you let go. I've been doing that so that I could be ready for the next person. And, at the end of the day, if it's meant, for me and him, it'll happen. And if it's not, I'm praying that God will just finally release me. Somebody told me all you have to do is make the decision that you ain't gonna love him no more. I thought I made that decision, but guess what? I still love him. And so I'm just hoping and praying that somehow, some way, somebody else will at least come in my life as a distraction. And then, and for me not to feel like I'm not interested in anybody else because it's meant for me and him to be together. It's just so hard. We don't understand each other. I mean, I know why we're not together. It's like initially, like the attraction was cool between us and everything was good. But we don't, like, he's super quiet. He's an introvert. I'm an extrovert, which sometimes works. But sometimes I get frustrated because I'm carrying the conversation. And then I'm always wondering what he's thinking. And I don't get why I fell in love with him, besides the fact that in the beginning he was trying really hard and he was, doing the things that a girl want to do. I mean, we stayed gone and we laughed and it was so passionate, and I would look at him and I would get butterflies, and it was just all the things that as a woman that you want. I mean, he's a good man. Like, he works really hard. He's been at his job for umpteen years. His credit is good. He owns his own home. He has so many different factors that would make a good man. And he's handsome as hell. Oh my God, he's gorgeous. I got to do another video on that, because I think part of my insecurity was feeling like, what is this fine ass man doing with me? And then, I think I look cool, but, he was fine. So I was like, I look, sometimes I used to get very, it was just funny because I would just feel like, man, he could get anybody he want. I'm not the skinniest chick. I'm not the finest chick. I would start playing these head games with myself. But That's a whole nother story. That's not his issue. That's my issue, and I'm trying to work that out. But anyway, my minutes are up, and I just rambled and rambled, but that's just how I'm feeling. Like, I miss him, and I love him, and the holidays are here, and we're usually here together, but okay, it's time for me to find a new man. I'm out. Bye.